Hitting $10,000 a month used to be the dream, right? It meant you were a doctor, a lawyer, some big shot business owner. But today, something has totally flipped. There's this new kind of digital workforce that's popped up, creating a massive, once-in-a-generation opportunity for regular people to build some pretty extraordinary income right from their laptops. The secret isn't about working harder. It's about working way, way smarter with AI. So how exactly are they pulling it off? Let's get into it.
So it all starts with this quiet revolution, and it's all captured in this one number, 36.3%. That's the percentage of new startups that are founded by just one person. Just think about that for a second. More than a third of all new entrepreneurs are deciding to go it completely alone. They're tossing out that old rule book that said you needed a huge team and a bunch of investor cash. This explosion of solo founders is really setting the stage for a huge economic shift.
And this is the rocket fuel. Businesses that are actually using AI are seeing their productivity just skyrocket, anywhere from 25 to 55%. Now, for a solo founder, that isn't just a nice little bump. No way. It's literally like hiring a small, brilliant team that works for you 24/7, and for just a tiny fraction of the cost. This is how the impossible is starting to look, well, possible. So, when you smash these two trends together, this huge rise of the solo founder and its incredible AI leverage, you have to ask a really powerful question. Is the six-figure solo business becoming the new standard? Is making $10,000 a month no longer some far-off dream, but like the new achievable benchmark for anyone who's ready to learn these new rules? Let's explore exactly how it's being done.
Okay, so the most critical step here isn't about which tool you use. It's a deep, fundamental shift in how you think. You gotta move from being the doer to being the architect. You're no longer just the person completing the tasks. Nope, you are the CEO of your own digital workforce, designing automated systems that go to work for you. This slide here just lays out the two paths perfectly. On the left, you've got the freelancer, kind of stuck on a hamster wheel, right? Trading hours for dollars. There's a hard cap on your income. But on the right, you've got the system builder, the architect. They don't just do the work, they orchestrate a whole team of AI agents that builds assets for them, creating value even when they're not actively working.
And the engine that's driving this whole shift is something called Agentic AI. And this is a total game changer. Think of it like this. Old AI was like a smart intern that you had to give super specific step-by-step instructions to. Agentic AI? That's like hiring a project manager. You don't just tell it what to do, you give it a goal, and it actually figures out the steps, does them, and even fixes its own mistakes along the way to get there. So how do you actually get to that magic $10,000 a month number? Well, it's not about one single income stream. It's about strategically stacking them, kind of like climbing a ladder. As you can see here, you might start with some AI-powered freelancing to get some cash flow coming in. Then you reinvest that into building a digital product. Then you leverage that success to launch a high-ticket agency. See, each rung builds on the one before it, and the climb just gets faster and faster. Okay, so that's the theory. But let's dive into the real-world proof. I'm going to walk you through 3 solid, concrete business models that people are using right now to hit and, in many cases, blow right past that $10,000 a month goal. First up is a model that is absolutely exploding in popularity right now, the Faceless media channel. And it is exactly what it sounds like, creating high-quality, automated content for platforms like YouTube and TikTok, all without ever having to show your face on camera. And if you think this is just some small side hustle, I want you to meet Adavia Davis. She's just 22 years old, and she's pulling in up to $60,000 a month from faceless channels that produce things like ambient sounds and sleep content. How? By building an AI-powered system that lets her create and manage content at a massive scale. It's incredible. This slide lays out her process perfectly. It's basically a digital factory line. Step 1, AI researches all the trending topics. Step 2, AI writes the scripts. Step 3, AI generates a totally human-like voiceover. And step 4, AI assembles the final video. Your job? It's just to oversee the system. This is how one person can achieve the output of an entire production company. All right, the second path is the AI Content Flywheel Agency. And this is one of the hottest services you can offer right now. Businesses and creators are absolutely desperate for more content, but they have zero time. You solve their problem.
You take one core piece of their content, like a single podcast episode, and you use AI to just atomize it, to explode it into a storm of assets. Blog posts, tweets, video clips, newsletters, you name it. The leverage you get here is just staggering. Take Sarah Chen's story. She used this exact model to launch her design agency, and the result? She hit $420,000 in annual revenue in just 8 months, while working only 25 hours a week. Think about that. She basically used AI to build the output of $1 million agency, all as a solo founder.
And our third proven path is the Micro-SaaS. Now, don't let that techie name fool you. It just means creating a small, super focused software tool that solves one specific, painful problem for a niche audience. You're not trying to build the next Google here. You're building a simple, elegant solution that people are more than happy to pay a monthly subscription for.
And the opportunities for these are literally everywhere if you just start looking for small, annoying problems. I mean, look at these ideas here. An AI tool that automatically replies to a restaurant's Google reviews, or an AI that instantly creates detailed show notes for a podcaster. Each one of these saves someone hours of tedious work. You just have to find the pain, build the tool, and you've got a business.
Okay, so you've seen the models, you've seen the proof. The biggest barrier for most people now is what they call analysis paralysis. You just think about it too much. So let's just crush that right now with a simple, actionable 30-day plan to land your very first client.
We're going to compress what used to take a year into a single month. Week 1, you pick your niche and you use AI to generate an amazing portfolio. Week 2, you build your online profiles and start that targeted outreach. Week 3, you land that first client and you over-deliver like crazy. And by week 4, you've got a glowing testimonial, you've got social proof, and you're ready to raise your rates. It's all about building momentum.
And you know what the best part is? You can start this entire journey for free. The tools on this slide, Gemini, Claude, NotebookLM, Canva, Zapier, they all have powerful free versions that are more than enough to build your portfolio and land your first paying clients. The financial barrier to entry, it has been completely, totally obliterated.
So let's bring this all together. With everybody having access to the same powerful AI tools, what's the real differentiator? What separates the people who build these incredible businesses from the ones who just kind of spin their wheels? Well, it's not the tech. It's something far more human.
This quote just absolutely nails it. AI isn't replacing great marketers, it's exposing those who never had strategy to begin with. See, AI is the ultimate amplifier. If you have a great strategy, AI makes you unstoppable. But if you have a bad strategy, AI just helps you fail faster and with more volume.
So, your competitive advantage, your edge, is what I call the human premium. It's your unique taste, your strategic vision, your creative judgment. It's that spark of originality that AI just can't replicate. In a world that's going to be flooded with AI-generated stuff, your humanity becomes your most valuable asset. Which brings us to this final and I think most critical question. AI is on track to handle 80% of the grunt work, the writing, the coding, the designing. So the real question that's going to define your future is this: what will you do with the remaining 20%? Because that 20%, that's where all the value is.